right, y'all, look. So we were supposed to have a miniature girls' day. That's what we were supposed to do on the day. And I know my lips look a little orange because I've been, a bitch been to Sonic and I had to pick me up a slush. Y'all know how I do. Okay, I ain't finna sit there and lie. Okay, I ain't finna sit there and lie. As a matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to my boy 1814 Dready Head. I'm not sure if you guys know who he is here on YouTube, but go and check him out. Let him know ThickChickVlogs sent you. But I was watching his video today. I like to do shit like that on days that I go thrifting and everything like that. I like to somebody moved in and that baby, he look hot as fuck. I know it's hot, honey. Hold on, let me take a sip of my shit. Deep throw that motherfucker. But look, I wanted to come and talk to y'all about some shit that popped up. Look, let me tell y'all, which is one of the reasons why my motherfucking thrifting video is not that long. Granted, they didn't have a whole lot of juicy stuff up in there for me to pick up, and it was a whole bunch of people in there. Y'all know I don't like to put people in my motherfucking videos, okay? This goddamn woman, now, y'all know I live in Alabama, okay? Now, it's not like people portray it to be on TV. People portray it to be on TV like we walk around in motherfucking overalls, you know, hillbillies and all the motherfucking road, you know, dirt roads and shit. Nigga, no. It's really not like that. Just like they portray Africa to be this damn, you know, third world country where everybody walking around with their titties hanging out, hanging and slanging. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Some parts of Africa are just like New York City. Dead serious. I mean, and Alabama is no different. Some parts of Alabama are very beautiful, very lively and upbeat, and there are some parts of Alabama that are hick town, and people fucking they brothers and sisters. But hell, you got people upstate that be fucking their motherfucking brothers and sisters too, honey. So let's just keep it real. But anyway, like I said, I went down a rabbit hole again. But in the thrift store, and this motherfucking white woman, I'm just gonna tell her, I know I got white people who watch my videos. I know I do. But I'm just finna say what the fuck I'm finna say. And I'm sitting in my apartment complex and there's people walking by and they white folk. I don't give a damn what they do here. But look. So I'm walking down the aisle and everything. Like I said, this kind of pissed me off a little bit, which kind of hindered me from recording my video like I wanted to. Walking down the aisle, looking at the shoes and everything like that. And now this woman got her damn basket blocking the aisle to where you can't even get down the aisle. So, you know, I didn't even know who basket it was. So naturally, I'm just moving the basket out of my way. And she comes and she gets the basket. And slinging. I said, excuse me. And she was like, I said, I don't know what the fuck your problem is. I didn't say fuck. I said, I'm not sure what's going on. I said, but ma'am, all I did was move the basket out of the way. And that's exactly how I said it. I know I be getting on here and I be off kilter. But when I tell you, I could have easily went off on this old ass, decrepit ass wench. Okay? That bitch pissed me off so motherfucking bad and that motherfucker said, I was like, bitch, if you would have fucked up and hit me with this basket, then it would have been some motherfucking issues. Okay? Then I would have had to whip your ass in this goddamn thrift store. You know, ThickChickVlogs, and then I probably would have had the camera. I'd have just recorded the whole motherfucking ass whipping, okay? World star in this motherfucker, okay? I'd have world star my motherfucking self. I'd have probably just propped the shit up on the little rack thing right there, and I'd have just whooped ass, and I'd have recorded, and I'd have came home and posted on World Star Hip Hop. It just is what the motherfucking is, okay? Right in it, and the title of the shit would have been "Racist Ass Bitch Gets Her Ass Whooped in the Motherfucking Thrift Store by this big black chick," okay? It just is what the motherfucking is, okay? I let it piss me off so motherfucking bad. I didn't even want to get to record my motherfucking thrift video, but y'all know I be trying to keep it at a medium over there on my second channel because, you know, over here is when I'm a little off kilter. Over there I be talking a little shit too, but I be trying to keep it at a minimum, at a bare minimum. But this bitch, she almost took me there. She almost took my fat ass there. But anyway, when I picked the juice man up last night, like I said, all these goddamn police cars and everything were passing by me like going, like 40 going north. So I'm like, damn, where the fuck they going? And mind you, I moved to a predominantly white apartment complex. Like, there's not very many black people over here. So when I saw them coming out of here, I'm like, damn, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? Somebody that sat there and killed somebody somewhere. So they went down here because it was about 8 or 9 of them, like flying, like passed by me. They passed by me so goddamn fast my car shoot, like dead serious. And it was going out of here to where my apartment was. And I was kind of like, damn, are they going in my apartment complex? Because if they would have been coming up in this motherfucker, I'd have kept driving. You know, I'm one of them type of, you know how some people be nosy and they just want to see what the fuck going on? No, that's not me. What I would have did was I would have kept on motherfucking trucking because stray bullet ain't got no motherfucking name on it, okay? Motherfucker shooting and shit, it don't really give a fuck who it hit, okay? So I'm not one of them people who like to be extra nosy and shit, because I'll be the very one who get my motherfucking skull cracked and peeled off my motherfucking head. So I don't even fuck around with being nosy when it comes to fights and all. You know, motherfucker be out there when somebody fighting, holding up the camera and all this type of stuff. Bitch, no, we don't do that. But yeah, they was heading into this apartment complex that's on the top of the hill where I live. I live down the hill, but there's another apartment complex up on the top of the hill. And apparently it was a high-speed chase. This dude was in a fucking U-Haul running from the police, and he decided to go into the apartment complex. And the apartment complex up the hill is a fairly small apartment complex. And I'm sitting there looking like, what the fuck did you think you was gonna do in a small ass apartment complex in a fucking U-Haul? Maybe I'm hoping he knew somebody that lived up in there. Okay, I'm hoping he knew somebody that lived in there. He thought he was gonna jump out running the house and they weren't gonna find him. But bitch, what they would have did, they would have put the whole motherfucking apartment complex on lockdown, and they'd have checked every apartment in that bitch. They just people just fucking stupid. I don't know. So of course they got the motherfucker. I don't know if he stole the U-Haul or if the nigga was just getting ready to move and they was finna pull him over and he felt like, shit, fuck this shit, I ain't got no goddamn license, I got warrants, and he decided to run. I don't really know the specifics of it, but yeah, this motherfucker ran from the police and a goddamn U-Haul yesterday. Y'all, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this motherfucker shit up, okay? Also, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the foot wash. Okay, here in Alabama they have this thing that's called the foot wash. It was actually last weekend and a lot of people went to it. I think I've probably been a handful of times. I haven't been very many times, but what the foot wash is, you know, of course it's in the biblical thing. You know, they have something called the foot wash, but this is not what this particular foot wash is. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of the Freaknik. They used to go on in Atlanta, but no, here in Alabama they have this thing called the foot wash, where they have strippers from all over, from New York, Atlanta, Chicago, wherever. They come down and they be in these little motherfucking backwoods, in these tents, and they be out there just shaking a little tail feather, and they be doing all this motherfucking shit. It be people down there sucking ding-dongs, having sex on, you know, behind trees and all this type of shit. Hell, I mean, one time, let me tell you about the first time I went out to the foot wash. Went down there for the first time. I never forget. Went down with my dad, and my dad wanted to go get a Polish sausage. I want to tell you, at the foot wash, they have the best Polish sausages you ever want to taste in your motherfucking life. This shit high as fuck. My cousin bought a hot dog. Tell me why he paid $10 for a hot dog. That shit didn't even have no condiments on it. Really, bitch? $10 for a hot dog with no condiments. But anyway, we ain't gonna talk about that shit right there, okay? But let me tell you about this. This man said he make close to $50,000 on a weekend at the foot wash. It only goes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But now I think they started it on pretty much like late Thursday night. So when it was Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is when they pretty much leaving Sunday evening. First time I went down to the foot wash, walking around down there, we got our Polish sausage and everything. They selling like t-shirts. People down there doing tattoos. They selling jewelry. They selling anything you could probably think of. They got it down there. Fish plates, shit. Any kind of food you want, they got it. Alcohol. I'm talking about alcohol out the ass. That's their specialty at the foot wash, is alcohol. But the first time I went, I was walking down there, and all of a sudden, I look up, and I see this goddamn woman who is the butt ass naked. I mean, this bitch ain't have on nothing. I'm talking about titties and ass. Just jiggling. Just walking, just jiggling. Just jiggling. Just jiggling. And I'm looking around like, does nobody see the elephant in the room? Like, am I the only one who sees the elephant in the room? I'm not talking about her size. I'm just saying, like, okay, bitch, this is a motherfucking elephant walking around in a crowd of people and nobody's paying attention. Like, this woman is naked and ain't nobody looking at her. And then my dad, he started laughing. He said, that's what these folks do down here. Now, mind you, I was like 19, 20 years old when this happened. They wouldn't dare take me down there when I was a kid. Especially not, you know, back then. You know, nowadays it's a little bit different. That was like back in the back day. But nowadays it's a little bit different because people used to be down there selling crack. Motherfucker be down there smoking crack. And they used to have, it was private property, so the police couldn't go back there. They used to sit at the end of the road, but they couldn't actually come up in there. But now it has gotten so dangerous. People have gotten killed back there. About 3 years ago, this lady shot her husband in the head in a car. They said it was alleged that he had a woman that he was fooling around with that was at the foot wash, and she found him and blew his head off in the car. And now they have the state troopers and everything like that walk around down there. So it's not as dangerous. They have the state troopers, the National Guard, and all that stuff that walk around down, and they don't let those women walk around just butt booty naked anymore because, I mean, shit, sometimes you have kids, even though it's not a place for kids. I will honestly say it's not a place for kids. But during the day, sometimes people bring their children and stuff down there. It is what the fuck it is. But I wouldn't recommend it, but they do take their kids down there. So they make the women at least cover up, you know, their top part, and they buy you, if you have on a little days of dudes got your booty cheeks out, you can do that, but they do make them cover up a little bit more than they used to do. Okay, a little bit, because when I tell you booty cheeks, honey, booty cheeks for days.